Hi, my name is Samantha Meszaros. I am a senior at STMA High School. I'm doing this Class 3 PSEO, and I am planning on putting in a lot of effort into this class and working hard to get an A. I would prefer to meet online, preferably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but really I could do any day of the week. And my email is samantha.meszaros@icloud.com. And my phone number is 763-498-1101. And I think text would be the best way to access me. So, listening to the TED Talk, The Danger of Silence, I thought it was really interesting, but what stuck out to me the most was the four main principles that he talked about: the speaking clearly, reading critically, writing consciously, and telling your truth. The thing about all of them is that they're all parts of communication, and I think that's a really important part of human interaction, and it's just really important in our own lives. I think that when we learn and put effort into what we're saying, reading, writing, then it's easier to tell your truth, the last principle that he was talking about, as well as live your truth. All these principles have been part of my education, although I've never actually thought about it this way. I have always put an effort and not done things halfway in a lot of my classes, which encompasses all the principles. But I do think the most important part of those was the telling your truth. It's definitely the hardest for me to apply to my own life because it's just really easy to be compliant and to just go along instead of speaking out and telling your truth. But as he said, staying silent is almost worse because when you finally have the courage to speak up and stand out, it's a lot harder. The second TED Talk was about building a school in the cloud, and I thought it was just an interesting concept. And the two main points that stuck out to me was the self-motivation and then learning through curiosity and others. So he mentioned that one of the lines from the video was students go to school with a book in one hand and their phone in the other. And he was saying it in a way like students, they don't have the motivation to go to school anymore because they can just look it up, or they can use their phone to use Google or any of the other things. And this kind of rung true to me because it's a lot easier to just look things up when it gets hard instead of actually learning it. I think if I was put in a self-organized learning area, then I would hopefully be able to motivate myself, and I think that it would be really beneficial to learn from peers collaboratively instead of learning from superiors. I think this would be a struggle for a lot of students, mostly because of lack of motivation and laziness. If students are put in an area with no one to keep them in check except for themselves, especially at such a young age, it's a lot harder for students to feel the motivation and to actually complete the tasks. But I think that building a school where students just work collaboratively would be really interesting, and I think that it could affect the way we learn today. Once again, I'm Sam, and you can contact me by text. Thanks.